Hello guys, this is Yusuf. Specifically today in this video I'm going to talk about laziness. Assalamu alaikum to everyone who's watching there. Welcome to my YouTube channel and of course maybe you're watching this on Facebook. Today specifically I'm going to talk about laziness. So what is laziness? Laziness is part of our lives because most of the times we find ourselves being lazy at some point. Even though you are very hardworking, you catch yourself being lazy at some point. So what is this laziness? Laziness is the quality of being unwilling to work or use your energy. So there are a number of things that come with laziness. Of course, everything has its own advantages and disadvantages. But specifically, first of all, I'm going to talk about some of the disadvantages of being lazy. So the number one thing that personally I have observed is laziness causes anxiety. We all know what anxiety is. You know, you get deep into your thoughts and then your thoughts start stressing you or something. And then the second thing is depression. Depression also comes as a result of being lazy because probably you are not doing anything. So henceforth you'll be depressed. And then the other thing is it has effects on your mental health. How does it have effects on your mental health? It causes anger issues. You know, you tend all of a sudden just become angry out of nowhere, where anything that a person does causes you to be angry or triggers you to be angry. Yeah, so it's also an effect. And then the other thing, laziness causes you to have weak memory. So being lazy causes you to have weak memory, which a lot of people here. I don't want you guys to be lazy. You don't have to be lazy. Please, please, please. If you don't want to have a weak memory, please don't be lazy. It's a disadvantage. And then the other thing, it causes weight gains. You know, the body is always has to be moving, exercising, or doing something to keep it moving, you know, healthy and everything. But if you are lazy, then that means you will gain a lot of weight. Henceforth, it will allow certain illnesses that will come into your life. And then, henceforth, being lazy is not good at all because you have weight gain. So I've talked about 5 disadvantages if you are following me. I've talked about anxiety, depression. It causes mental health issues when you have anger issues or anything. And then it causes weight gain and then weak memory. All these 5 things that come about with laziness, I am going to help you personally. The things that I have observed and doing my research that I've come across that will help you and me to stop being lazy anymore. So the 5 things that I'm going to give you, please take note. The first thing is find motivation. How do you find motivation? Look around yourself. So personally, myself, I made a list. So first thing that motivated me is my life. So it's the first thing that you and I have to look at. Your life. Your life is supposed to motivate you. Your life is supposed to get you moving. It's supposed to push you from where you are to something. For you to not be lazy, look at your life. If you are not happy with where you are right now, then you probably don't need to be lazy. So your life, my life, can be your motivation. That's the first thing. The second thing is look around in your community. Who inspires you? Personally, I have come across a person who is a good public speaker, also an entrepreneur, who is Dumisan El Nkube. This guy motivates me, you know. He's the one who even pushed me through from all the things that I was going through, you know, like about entrepreneurship and everything. This guy motivates me. So I looked around my community. I looked around within my country. Who inspires me? So if I found that motivation, going to keep me moving because I won't be lazy anymore. And then I looked around Africa at large. So who's the person that personally inspires me? My motivation. Vusi Tembekwayo. This guy motivates me, you know, he puts the morale in me, you know. So also you can do the same thing, you know. Look around your life, then you go in your community, and then you go outside the country, and then the person who like pushes me through, you know, worldwide now, we're talking about globally, is Andrew Tate. You know, that guy is something else, you know. He pushes me through, he puts some thoughts into me, he puts some sense into me. Things that I wasn't able to think about, he pushes me to think of those things. So I found motivation in him. And lastly, globally again, I found Elon Musk. really, really inspiring, because that guy also pushes me, he pushes me to read a lot of books, because that's what he did for him to acquire the success that he has right now. So that was the first thing. The first thing, in find motivation. I talked about my life, and then I talked about the community, the person who inspires me. So my life motivates me, the person in my community or in my country motivates me, outside my country motivates me, globally 2 people motivate me, so that makes 5. So that's the end of finding motivation. So you also need to find your motivation. That's how you can find your motivation. And then the second thing that I want to talk about is you need to set clear and definite goals. Well, I won't spend much of my time there, because we all know what we want in life. We all know what we are looking for. So henceforth, set a plan, make a plan, properly list down everything that you want to do, and then make sure they are clear and simple to do them. That's when you won't be lazy in doing things. So set your goals, set them clearly, and make a plan on how your day will go. And then make sure, force yourself to always, get into that list, so that you accomplish everything that you have planned for that day. And then the third thing that I'm going to talk about is you need to avoid distractions. So how do you avoid distractions? Avoid distractions, spending too much time on things that are unnecessary, things that won't add any value to your life. You need to get rid of all of those. There's a lot of people who spend most of their time chilling, especially young people like me. They like chilling, going out, drinking, doing drugs and everything. So you need to avoid such kind of distractions. It can be your phone, the same phone you're using to watch this video. It can be a distraction to you. It can be a TV. It can be anything that distracts you from your goals. You need to get rid of that thing. So avoid distractions. And then the fourth thing is you need to create habits. How do you create habits? You create habits by repeating what you are doing. You consistently repeat on what you are doing, because every time that you do something, the brain recalls. So the brain, inside the brain, there are impulses. So those impulses grow stronger and stronger as you are repeating the same thing that you are doing. So if you keep on repeating, it won't even be something that someone has to tell you. No, you have to get up and just do it, because the brain has created that strong synapse that will forever be with you. Henceforth, you won't be lazy, because you will be keeping on going on the road that you want to go to, the road for success, school and everything. But just create habits. If you create habits, you can get rid of laziness. So the last thing that I'll talk about, of course, all these things that I've mentioned cannot be the only things that can help you get rid of laziness. You need to do your research as well. But in this video, I specifically focus on these 5 things. So the last thing that I'm going to present to you is what I call the effort equation. So this effort equation came about to me, when my brother was sharing something with me. It was about religion, and we had this conversation on Facebook. I actually noted that in my book, the book that I wrote. So this equation here, this equation really helped me to be where I am right now, because everything that I do right now, I put in my effort. Because I realize that everything that I have to do, every step that I take, I need to make effort. So here on this equation, I present to you the 2 things that are involved in this equation, the effort equation. So the first thing is effort and prayer. So effort and prayer. So if you've noticed, there's plus, minus, and then here there's an equal sign and everything. Well, we'll get down to that in another video to explain clearly. But I want you to focus on these things that I'm going to talk about. So effort is everything. Even when you don't want to do anything, if you put in your effort, I'm sure that you will succeed whatever you want, because effort is everything. So look at this here. And us Zambians, we have this mentality of, when you pray, you get whatever you want without even putting in effort. Well, I'm here to change that mindset. If you look at this equation, there's effort plus prayer, which is equal to success. So whatever you do, if you put effort and prayer, you always succeed. Effort minus prayer is equal to success. Why minus prayer is equal to success? Because you're still putting in your effort. So God knows that you already want to achieve this and this in life. So even if you don't pray, He understands. I'm not here to tell you that you shouldn't be praying or anything. You should be praying, but in this equation, if you focus on this effort, I'm sure you will succeed, because you're putting in your effort. Of course, you have to put God first, but even if it's minus prayer, you will still succeed. And then prayer plus effort. If you've noticed, things have changed. Where there's prayer, where there's effort, there's prayer, and where there's prayer, there's effort. So prayer plus effort is still equal to success. Why? Because when you pray, you put God first, and then you also include your effort, you will still succeed no matter what. And then the last thing, which is very interesting, is prayer minus effort is equal to failure. Why is it equal to failure? Because you're just praying and you're not doing anything. Henceforth, effort is not there. So effort is everything. If you don't put in effort, you will not succeed. Henceforth, you will fail. King Solomon, I'm sure if the Bible was written, every single detail that used to happen, I'm sure it would have been very hard for us to carry it. Henceforth, if we look at King Solomon, that guy asked for wisdom from God. And then I personally believe that he had to put in his best, he has to put in his effort for him to acquire all the wisdom that he had. Why? Because he knew that even if he prays, but he doesn't put in his effort, then he will fail. He will not be the wisest person on earth. Henceforth, we need to put in effort. Effort is everything. So, I'm glad that you guys were with me to this end. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time, and God bless you.